Tpms change, Tahoe, 2004. Valve core removal. Angles already set correctly on the new one. Torque to 11 inch-pounds. 11 inch-pounds. We will torque this to 35 inch-pounds. 35 inch-pounds. Soap and water to help the bead loosen and seat. It doesn't loosen it, but once you break it, the soap goes down there and keeps the top bead from coming loose. I get this under the first lip. Let me show you on the camera here. I simply put my bar under the secondary lip here, and I pry down right here, and this gives me enough room. Be careful not to drop the monitor down into the wheel. This is a brand new monitor that I got from a supplier. They were on closeout, but it was not reporting correctly, or actually at all, so they sent me a replacement, and that's what I'm installing now. Yeah, here. We'll kind of place that down there. Sorry, no cameraman involved here but myself. This particular one is an 11 millimeter. So I loosen the nut, and of course it doesn't feel very tight because it's only 35 inch-pounds. Nut off. The old one. And the sealing washer. So what I'll do, so I don't mix these up, I put this all back together and set it in a different area from the new one. The new one, washer. I'll go ahead and remove the valve core. This makes airing the wheel up faster and seating the bead easier. Now, one thing you don't see on camera here is you should thoroughly clean the wheel where the Tpms sensor goes in and the rubber goes in. I've already done that step last week when I replaced these. So that was a step not needed to be done today. And again, very important, it's inch pounds, not foot pounds. There is a difference. This is a Craftsman brand torque wrench. I have it set to 35 inch-pounds. Set to tighten with 11 millimeter 3/8 drive. Nothing special about it. If you've used a torque wrench, you know how it works. If you never have, I recommend you put a nut and a vise and you just kind of check and see when it pops. You'll feel the torque wrench actually break over. You can continue to over tighten it, but when you feel that break, that means you should stop. There it is, it just popped. The purpose here of 35 inch-pounds is a couple of reasons. One, you have a rubber grommet in here. You don't want to over crush it because what you'll do is you'll develop an air leak prematurely and you'll have a slow leak on your system. Also, two, since it's an aluminum body, if you over tighten it after you go past a certain amount and crush the rubber sealing grommet, you could strip the threads out on the aluminum body, and then you can be going down the road and the whole TPMS could drop down into the wheel or something like that, and you have a flat tire on the side of the road. And of course, when you finish with your torque wrench, set it back to 0. That way you don't wear out the springs. Spray just a little bit more soap and water to help it seal. Valve cores out. You'll hear the beep pop. Reinsert the valve core. And some of y'all may be wondering when airing up a tire and setting the beads and things like that, you know, what is this safety and things like that. You should be wearing safety glasses. You never know, a tire could come apart. This is actually an older tire. There's nothing actually really wrong with it, other than it's about 6.5 years old and its tread life is done. I'm going to actually get new tires later today. I just don't trust the tire shop to torque my new sensors properly. I would not air up over the tire, leaning over the tire or anything like that. I would stay a somewhat safe distance back. And if you ever wonder what the hoop things are you see in the back of trucks going down the road that change tires on 18-wheelers and stuff like that, those are tire cages. They keep them safe. In case the tread, separates, blows off under pressure, it prevents it from getting them, because if this belt broke all the way over here and exploded, it can wrap around. It could hit me in the leg or something like that. So I'll kind of move things around. And of course, if this was a questionable tire, like really dangerous, I wouldn't even have done this at home. I would have just let the tire shop do it. And of course, my chuck does not want to cooperate with me. You could also bolt this back up on the vehicle and air it up there. This is not a job that you would want to attempt without a decent air compressor. Even a small pancake compressor for like home repairs or doing cabinets and stuff like that will be taxed to set the bead on a full-size truck tire or something like that. There we go, I got the chuck to work now. Now, these are some 10-ply load-range E tires that I have on my half-ton Tahoe. They were accidentally sold to my wife many years ago. So they have a maximum PSI of 80 PSI. We don't run that in them. We do run typically 45 to get a little bit better fuel economy since the tire can handle it. I'm going to slightly overinflate the tire, what I normally do, because in the tire pressure monitor relearn, you let air out of each tire pressure monitor in the learn mode. So that way I won't have to install as much air later by just adding an extra 5 or 6 pounds now, because I'll be letting that out pretty much immediately. I'll come back with a torque wrench and set my lug nuts to 120 pounds torque. So that's how quick and easy you can change a Tpms. Add about an extra 2 or 3 minutes to clean the hole. It helps. This is just simply a Harbor Freight bead breaker tire machine. I did modify it slightly. I cut the top half off and I have it to interchange with my vise assembly. And I welded it to a stand down there so it doesn't move. I use it for my motorcycle tires, car tire repairs, anything I need to do. Try to be self-sufficient. So thanks for watching. Have a nice day.